As you recall, last year we talked about a challenging year, and I would like to report to the board that we have risen to the challenge. In 2022, we received over $5.5 million in grants and grant commitments. Just to give you a comparison, Mr. Chairman, last year we thought $1.3 million was a lot of money to receive by grants. So we certainly have topped that. Last year, as a highlight, as I reported in October, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but I think our greatest success was the establishment of the Facilities Maintenance Department. We have planned growth to brag about, the Thermal Fisher opening last year, and very shortly the conclusion to the CRG, the cubes here in Plainville make a big difference. This is going to give us some relief in our operating budget. In FY22, I'm pleased to report to the board for the second time that we have $3.6 million in general fund free cash certified. That's over $4 million if you count the enterprise funds. In the calendar year 2023, our goals and objectives are sustainable increase to the school budget that will improve the quality of curriculum and student support services, two things that I think our new superintendent have identified as a priority. Concentrate on the town's infrastructure by improving staffing, funding, and capabilities of the Highway and Public Works Department. We have 3 contract negotiations to do before June: fire, clerical, and the steel workers, which represent the DPW. We want to increase our investment in parks and in the recreational programs held there. We are seriously working hard on redefining our employment benefits. Starting Thursday, we're going to welcome our new website.
This is obviously very early in the budgeting process. So this is our, thanks, this is kind of our blanket statement. The general fund free cash at 3.6 million. And then you'll see the 4 enterprise funds listed below. Trash had 353,000, cable had 17,000, water had 253,000, and sewer had 396,000. In generalities, we had about 77,000 in additional state aid that came in above what we budgeted. We had about 2.6 million in excess in our local receipts, which I'll get to in the next slide. And then other large category, unspent or subsidized by grant expenses, 886,000. Of the FY22 local receipts, that 2.6 million that we had in excess, you can see here the largest is from the licenses and permits. We had a little over $1 million above what we budgeted for. If I'm coming inward, the charges for services had a difference of 367,000, and that was majority from the ambulance revenues. And then the other large one is the first one, motor vehicle excise. We budgeted a little over 1.2 million. We got about 1.7 million in motor vehicle excise. The vehicles were more expensive last year and people were buying them. The new growth was at 1.5 million, and that brought our total to 27 million. You can see these are the numbers that we had last year, and right now, again, it's early in the budget, so we're just leaving those level funded until we have more information. It's at 4.281 million. Local receipts, kind of similar. We're leaving those level for right now. And these are the other sources of funds that we use. Again, here you'll see the MSBA receipts, 505,000. It looks like we're losing a lot of money, but in actuality, we're also losing that expense, so it's a net wash. This is your free cash trend over the last close to 20 years. When I look at these periods here from 2013 to 2017, those are the types of numbers that we should anticipate having on a recurring basis. But then if you look after that, we dropped and then we raised really high. So I think an important thing here is being consistent. It comes in, it's great, but what are we doing with it? We're not just spending it down or using it inconsistently. We should have a better plan for a 5 or 10 year plan where we can invest those one-time monies to help us for the future.
We've been through 2 really tough times as a community. And to be in a position where we're at now, where not only do we have the free cash we're using it in a smart way. We've built up these stabilization funds. We've got our reserves to where they should be. We've, all of us here, and I think most of the people in this room are of the same opinion that we want to be careful with what we're doing, right? We want to get back to where we were, but we want to do it in a smart and efficient way. And we're already seeing many of the departments, schools included, being in a place that are operating even more efficiently than they were in the past.